Welcome to the XSF Podcast, hosted by Devante Erlinson and Louis Bombadiri. Everyone is capable of being extreme. Tune in Fridays to discover how you are too. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 24 of the XSF Podcast. In today's episode, me and Lou really dove into just understanding yourself, or really knowing yourself, and how we both have came to be able to do that for ourselves and how we continue to do it. Now, one big thing we wanted to cover in this episode was mental health. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we do know that everyone out there has had a harder time than ever these last couple of years. And for us, it is something that we think should constantly be talked about. And we cover that in today's episode, as well as our tips on how we can combat those feelings in our heads when we are having maybe conflicting feelings about the decisions we're making in our lives. Now, if you want to get the full bang for your buck out of today's episode, make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. Lou goes on some amazing rants, and trust me,
Fun.
Yeah, it's a great episode. It's a fun episode, and it's from the heart. You hear it all. We're just, like every episode, we're out here just riffing it together, and it's a good one. So make sure you stay tuned, and if you guys want to check out any of the stuff that's mentioned in today's episode, just make sure you head down to the show notes, and if you're on YouTube, make sure you just head down to the description. All right, everybody. Enjoy.
Things I'm learning about right now. And now
Yeah.
my mom just texted me and she's like, yo, I'm watching about the history of Oklahoma. You know about the Trail of Tears? Like, yeah,
Oh,
don't, like,
yeah.
but because I went over last night, because I'm right now, I just watched for the second time the documentary Exterminate All the Brutes, which
Yeah.
is I think every single human that is basically in all of there's every country is basically a colonial country except 7 countries. So if you live in one of these countries that are not colonized, you should definitely watch Exterminate All the Brutes. And then I'm reading this other book about the origins of totalitarianism, and I'm learning about some other stuff. So I just went to my parents' house and screamed about history and the unjust bullshit that white people have done forever. And now I got my mom into it. Now she's learning about stuff. She's like, what do we do? Like, well, I'm moving a bird, bro. BHURN, son. It's the foothills of the Himalayas. And it's not colonized. So, fuck them. I don't know what else to do.
But what else to do?
You know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we can just build a skate park out there, too. We'd be good to go.
Listen, at the foothills of the Himalayas, background, you know what I'm saying? Fire.
That'd be
You know,
so
the
sick.
shots you would get, dude. Dudes and girls just skating in the background
Like
of the
a bowl,
Himalayas.
too, just like right there, shooting out and just mountains in the background. Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking
That makes me want
about.
to take a trip, dude. I miss, like I just was telling you, I brought Arlo. You know what? One thing, too. And I don't care if this is recording. We do got to try to chill out on the swearing a little bit,
I
bro.
know.
Because it's on YouTube now. And it's
Yeah.
like, even though if we list it as explicit, like we still can get pulled for some stuff. So we're gonna be holding it back as much as we can on that, but it's gonna fly out because
I'm gonna try not to.
Yeah, it is what it is. But so I brought Arlo to the skate park for the first time in a long time, and it was super fun. We went to Third Lair, but dude, it was super humid here. It rained for like I want to say 3-4 days straight, which I didn't mind. But then here in Minnesota, when it does that, we have all these lakes here, and then the sun comes out, and it gets humid as hell. Like you go outside, man, and it feels like somebody just splashed you with some fucking maple syrup, bro. It's sticky. It's stickier than a motherfucker. It's sticky, dude. It's bad. So
I love maple syrup. How you think I keep my hair up, but then it was all weeks like.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Just made me think of this trash.
I definitely
on a random note. That's made me think of this show that we watch, me and JoJo. It's just one of those trash TV shows. I can't remember what it's called right now. It's like Single Life, some stupid thing off of another show. And this dude has his mom put mayonnaise in his hair, bro. His name's Big Ed, dude. He has his mom put mayonnaise in his hair to slick it back, dog, every day, bro.
What? His name's Big Ed? And mom
Ed,
puts
dude.
mayonnaise in his hair.
Look him up, bro. I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna put a picture of him on the screen for the people watching on YouTube. I'm gonna put a picture of Big Ed up on the screen.
I mean, shit. I'm gonna look up Big Ed real quick.
Dude,
I want to know who Big Ed is now.
Look him up, bro. But off the big Ed topic and back to the skateboarding, since Lou wanted to
Does
throw me off.
Does Big Ed skateboard?
Nah, dude, I don't think so. He's very what would be the word?
He's a 98 fiance person.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
The 90 day the single life.
Yes, there you go.
No pumping the brakes on this.
Bro,
This guy, dude, he has no neck. He has no neck. He's literally,
he was
a head that
back in the day. They show pictures of him when he was like a teenager, bro. He was that tall, no neck, and just this big old beefcake dude. Now he's just, yeah.
Yeah, what's fascinating is I actually type in Big Ed, and it's like, are Big Ed and Rose still together? What does Big Ed do for a living?
Big. Dude, dude, he blew up. This dude, honestly, in my eyes, like, you watch the show, he is not the best. I'm not going to say that. He does not make the best decisions all the time, and he blames other people for it all the time. I'm like, bro, you fucking just did it to yourself, dog.
Yeah, so he's a loser.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this guy. What up, Big Ed?
What up, Big Ed? I can't.
Good for you, dude. He looks just constant agitation.
Yeah, like. Could you imagine, dude?
How do you breathe like this?
I'm assuming you barely do. Damn. All right, that was a good way to start the episode. But
what are we talking about today?
I was talking about. I was gonna talk about me kind of just diving into the sobriety chain, at least with drinking and alcohol and stuff, and mainly like what that like. Not what alcohol itself does, but just like what the decisions we do at times and how they can affect the outcome of what happens next.
Bro,
it's just.
I was literally just thinking the choices that we make.
Yeah.
Like that's the episode. Choices that we make.
Shit. That's why we do this, baby.
Holy shenanigans. Holy shnikes.
I'm trying
so hard. Dude, but no, because but that's like the way I'm not feeling 100% right now. I'm fine. Like, you know what I mean? Because I got sleepy. I'm a little hungover, but not terribly. You know what it is? I'm not where I wake up 100% sober, like that. Like when I woke up, it took me some time. I still got my ice showering, drinking my water, But like I made a conscious decision yesterday after work, after the gym, that I was going to go to my parents yesterday. So I had all day today to do this, to do the pre-script learning later, to build the programs for clients and because it's like, I've realized if I'm going to make a decision to, party a little bit, have a couple cocktails and stuff, hang out, record a podcast on your brother, get a little loose, have a little female friends over and stuff, like, I got to set that up so it's not like what happened last weekend when I just didn't even wake up, because I was out all night, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's like when you're going to make a decision in life,
that's why I didn't want to draw it just toward me going sober. It's like, that's just my decision based on what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, because that's what it is. If you're making a decision to not every single Friday, Saturday, I'm getting drunk because that's just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew, all right, I'm gonna go by my parents. We're gonna eat dinner. We're gonna have our dessert after. We're gonna have some cocktails, some cigars, my pop.
Jive.
Me and my brother gonna record some podcasts, have some beers.
Bro, move that fucking cup, bro. Move that cup, bro. Move that cup.
Oh, because I keep hitting it. It's the spoon.
That feedback.
Spoon. Look at the size of this spoon.
I have spoons like that too, bro. I'm eating cereal big ass bites and shit.
I'm eating cereal.
I'm telling you, if you're not watching on YouTube, I suggest you go watch because you hear this funniness, you could see it for yourself.
And I put the spoon right back where it
and shout out, I'm gonna shout out Riverside FM real quick. For any of our listeners out there who may be podcasters themselves, check out Riverside FM. I was getting the biggest headache dealing with the editing process and everything, and me and Lou decided, hey, what's the easiest way to do this? And we found Riverside FM, and it makes this completely different. We got 4K video and everything now, so go check it out if you podcast, and if you don't, then make sure you check out our YouTube. I'll pop it up on screen right now. Speaking of which, I want to talk about something really quick before we kind of segue back in what we were just talking about. I want to talk about, for the skateboarders out there, the training principles for skateboarding series, for skateboarder series that we're doing over on our YouTube channel, right? So if you head over to our YouTube channel, you can head over there. It's a little bit washed out on the screen behind me. Whatever. I'll get a
So
little
cool.
pop-up for you on the screen.
So
You
cool.
guys can head over there. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date. And if you click the little bell notification, it'll also make sure that you get any updates when we do drop a new video, so a new podcast that comes out, and then anything that goes along with this training principles for skateboarders. So if you see we have an actual this actual playlist for it separately, which I'm about to open up right after this episode, so everybody out there can go in, check out the 2 videos that are in there now, and we have would be 4 more coming out. So you guys have quite a bit of content there. So if you skateboard and you want to learn the best exercise selection for your style of skateboarding, and then also what just training principles for skateboarders even really means, go over there, check it out. Like I said, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned because we got some good stuff coming. But now, going into
Nice.
what I was talking about with,
Choices.
me making the decision of stopping drinking for a little bit. I just want to stop drinking. I don't plan
Yeah.
on going back to it. And it's just because myself, and these, like you were saying, setting yourself up for success. Like you have to know, you have to know who you are though. I think that's the biggest thing because
The
myself,
biggest.
I had to wake up this morning and come back to the realization of, hey, Devante, you know yourself, bro. Like, yes, you can get by. I've done it. In the Army, bro, I would stay up with JoJo and we'd drink until and this is before we had a kid too, so we'd drink until 1 in the morning, bro. I had to be up at 4 and at PT, and I was fine. I would be out there running miles. Like, it made no difference to me. Like, I'm not saying you can't get by, but I also knew in that moment, like, hey, I feel like dog crap. Do I really want to do this? Same thing translating to now. It's like, hey, Devante, you know who you are, man. Like, and you know what you want, and you know you're conflicting yourself because I do this stuff at night, right? Or I'll have a drink or whatever, and then it's not that I'm getting obliterated, right? I have kids here. Like, I can't get obliterated. I don't got the time for that. But it's the fact that I'll drink, and then all of a sudden I'm like, damn, you know what? Go puff. Let me get some sweets. Let me get some just crappy food, and then I wake up. I already feel like crap because I drink. I've had an acid reflux problem my entire life, so that just skyrockets it right there. And then I eat late at night, so that just makes it even worse, right? So then I'm waking up. It's not that I don't get up at the same time. I'm still up at 5 o'clock regardless. But the thing is, then I wake up and I'm lethargic. I feel like crap. Like, luckily I'm able to get myself together to come here to do what we do and to just bring it all together. And that's knowing myself that I can do it, but do I want to keep doing it that way? Do I really want to keep putting myself through a struggling process when I know I could literally just do that one thing, just not drink at night, and everything else will just start to fall in line? That's just how it is for me. Like, that's just me personally. And I think everybody has to just figure out who they are before they really can, like, make that decision, like, and know, like, hey, I can do this and still do this. Like you were just saying with the partying and stuff like that. Like, hey, going into that situation, hey, all right, I'm Lou. This is what's going to go down. This is my family. Cool. But on that note, I got stuff to do tomorrow, so let's make sure I'm up out of here by this time. Like, that's just knowing you as a person.
Yep.
And I know, and this is just speaking from experience because I would go out with my homies, right? And JoJo, I don't know if JoJo listens to this. Maybe she does. That'd be cool if she does. If she doesn't, I mean, hey. But if she does, shout out to you because I know I used to go out all the time with the homies, right? And this is just being a kid and just I feel like just a skater dude in general. Like, we just get caught up in the moment. But with that, it was more so like back then I was making these decisions just cuz. Like, it wasn't like
Yeah.
I didn't know, hey, you feel like crap. Then I wasn't aware of it. I just wasn't aware of who I was. Like, at the time, like, I'd go out and have this fun time. I'm not saying I wouldn't, right? But then I'd all of a sudden be out till 3, 4 in the morning, and then I'd get back, and then I'd be trying to do the same thing. Like, I've always been a dude who woke up early. I've always been a dude who's just been, like, wanting to do something with my life. Like, I never could sleep in and all that stuff. But then I would fight myself, even back then, and it was even worse. I mean, of course, like, if I was staying up that late and just doing all that stuff, like, and I was on a whole bunch of other things back then, so it's just, like, was crazy, and it's just cool to have these conversations, because I think it's just something that isn't really talked about that
It's
much.
not
Like,
because
just being aware of yourself and
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, that's what I was gonna say is not many humans consciously are aware of the decisions they make daily. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, it's like, all right, let's go to this job that we don't truly like, or not even that. It's not that you hate the job, but you're
Yeah.
just hating on life. So you
Mm-hmm.
fall into that victim idea of like, oh, you get together with your friends, like whose week sucked more, and then you go
Mm-hmm.
get banged up, and you're not thinking about what you're doing. You're just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait a second. If I'm complaining about this job to the point that every weekend I feel the need to get obliterated, then what you do is you flip it where it's now cool. It's
Mm-hmm.
cool to wake up on like a Sunday at like 9 a.m.,
And
10
that's
a.m. Like, yeah, dude, I got so messed up last night at that party. It was sick.
like
Like
cool.
that's fun, but if
Yeah.
that's every weekend for the
Yeah.
last 12 years and you don't see any stop to it, listen though, if you're having fun, you're having fun. Like for us, like what we're talking about, like last weekend we went to a party, and Lou knows Lou. Like, I actually said to myself I was going to be at this podcast while in the back of my head, every shot that was taken, I'm like, this isn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, it's like, all right, I can't, I did that last week. I can't, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta be, gotta get back on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to my parents Saturday, record the podcast. I know I'm gonna have a couple cocktails, but it's with the family. I'm not getting wild with them, and then I'm coming back, to the city and doing what I do here, and then going to sleep.
Yep.
It's because like you said, I know myself. You know yourself. Like the way I feel right now, like I'm fine, but I'd be better. I'd be a better me if I didn't get banged up last night. And that doesn't mean I'm regretting it because I did it purposely knowing that that's what was going to happen. You know what I mean? So how I'm feeling right now, it's like, all right, we knew this. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, saying that, it's like, you can do without, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But
And
like I said,
that's
it's the conscious choices of, all right, this is what I'm doing and this is why. Like, I know
there you
damn well
go.
I'm going by my parents. Instead of being like, you know what? Let's not drink at all. Let's not like, we're not going to have a cocktail with Pop Dukes. We're not going to have a couple beers with brother. Like, nah, just hang out. You know what I mean? I know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to deal with on a Sunday morning. And like you said, we're blessed to be the people. Like I wake up, I'm still going. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
gotta move. Like I'm at a point in life where I can't just shut the blinds, get dark in the room, and sit and watch Netflix for hours. Like
Yep.
I've done it not too long ago, but it's tough for me. It's tough for me to do that. Like I gotta be doing stuff. I gotta be producing stuff, learning things. I gotta be taking it in. So it's like that's just how we are.
Yeah, and
But that's
that's
because we
just us
choose
speaking
that.
to exactly, and that's just us speaking to, like we're saying, just know who or know what you want. You know, like that. I think
That's
that's
what
a
it
big
is.
thing too, because it's like if you want, like and it's not us. Like I don't want anybody to get it twisted that we're saying like you have to be the person
Yeah,
and
we're not
don't do it.
hating.
Like
I'm
no,
not
dude,
hating.
live your fucking life,
Have
bro.
fun.
If your thing is closing the blinds and just rolling up your doobies and smoking and watching TV all day, bro,
Oh
cool.
yeah,
Like, but
you think
don't
then?
be. But like my thing is if you also have conflicting feelings about that, there might be further things to look into there, you know,
Yeah.
because then it's like,
Like
okay,
basic.
are you really okay with doing this if you
Yeah,
have
like
conflicting feelings?
don't be the dude who every single weekend, Friday or girl, Friday night or whatever you want to be called, Friday night or Saturday night after working, you're 9 to 5, you get banged up all weekend, and Sunday you just roll doobies and just watch Netflix and then complain all week
Yeah,
about your life. Don't
that's
do
where
that
it's like,
because that's not what like that's that victim mentality. It's so easy to find five other people that'll cry about the same nonsense as you,
well,
and then you get your little what are those called? Those little pity parties, and you're like,
mm-hmm,
my life sucks, and then you
yeah,
figure out whose life sucks more, and you're like, wait, you're like, my life sucks
uh,
more? What's going on here?
yeah, it's like,
Ooh,
well, and, you know, want to talk about like, I guess this will drop within Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, it will. So, I mean, if you want to just, you know, talk on that note of things, like, dude, this will boost your mental health tremendously if you just decide like if you're having those conflicting feelings, right, that alone, that's where I run into issues mentally. Me and you've had this conversation multiple times where I'm telling you like, man, I feel like I'm not doing anything, like blah 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 or whatever, and it's just like, well dude, you're just fighting with yourself. Like just accept the fact that like you like being with your family and that's what you're doing, but you're still getting work done. Like that's just a
yeah,
fact. And like, okay, then I bunked that conflicting feeling out of my head, and now it was a mental thing that I was able to just get rid of, and that's a huge thing. And when you have these burdens over yourself where you're like, oh, you keep doing this cycle, you keep doing this cycle. Like, let's say for my skaters out there, right? You're really trying to make it in the skate game. You have a dream to be a pro skater. You have a dream to go be in the street Olympics that they're now in, right? And you keep skating. You're getting those tricks. You're getting those tricks. You're getting those clips. But you know, you go out and you do your partying thing. You do whatever. It's cool. We just spoke about that. But then you're also waking up the next day and you want to go film, but you can't go film because you're so hungover or you're too sore because, maybe you didn't drink that much, but you might not realize drinking has a huge effect on your recovery process. And then if you can't
Destroys it.
recover, now you can't skate.
Destroys
You
it.
know, then you're kind of fighting yourself, and that might just lead to this whole mental fight in your head, like, why can't I get my clips? Why am I not skating good? Blah, 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 blah. But then it's like, oh, well, wait, maybe I could just look for my life from the outside in a little bit and be like, okay, well, am I doing everything that I really that I should be doing in order to get to the goal that I want to, right? And it's like if
Lifestyle.
yeah, and if you're okay with taking more time to get there and living the life you want to live, then just know that, and like literally just make a mental note or even write it down to yourself. Like be like, hey, I'm okay doing this. Like I literally wrote a note to myself when I journaled the next day after we had a conversation, like Devante, be okay with being with your family all like for a good chunk of the day, because that's what you want. That's why you do what you do, so you're able to do that. I had to
Now,
tell myself that, it's
you know
just
what?
something.
You know what's dope too, because of mental health awareness. You got to that because you talked about it. You know what I mean? You came to me and talked
Exactly.
about it. Like, and you know, I say a lot of time. Like, if people ever follow on Bomb's Body or even the other podcast, I say a lot of wild things.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, like how I am, aggressive, and the way I am, and I say things about people that aren't so like that, and they're very coddling. That's that. Like, I'm not. It's not so much hating, but it's like, all right, we all got issues. All right. Point is, we got to talk about them.
Hmm.
And that doesn't mean throw yourself a pity party every 5 seconds. You get caught in your feelings. Jesus
Yeah.
Christmas. But it means like if you're truly sitting like and you got things going on in your head, talk to somebody about it
Hmm.
because you got to let it out. The more you sit here, the more you create dis-ease within your body because you keep it up here and then it manifests into things. It manifests into disease or harm or all these other things. Like
Hmm.
you got to, this is energy that you got to release. So it's like you got to let it out, And it's like with mental health awareness, even if there's a month for it, to me, it's like, why don't we always just be aware? Like that's why in this country we always
I
do these things
there's
about like
always,
let's
yeah,
be aware
bro,
about
Black
this. But
History Month,
how about we
mental
constantly
awareness, breast cancer.
just be good people
Yeah.
and look to help? You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's like I'm always trying to be aware of myself because you can't help if you can't help yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like,
That's one thing that I talk to JoJo about all the time, because she's the type of person. Have you ever like read about? Have you ever read up on like the different archetypes, or is that how you
yeah,
say it? The different archetypes of humans.
archetypes.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
she herself, like I either see her as like a warrior or a martyr, like because she's always, her whole life, she's always done for other
Well, a
people,
warrior and a martyr is
always
almost the exact same thing.
almost same thing. But
Because a
yeah, she's
martyr dies
mart.
in
It
the like you become a martyr
you
from
become,
dying for a cause,
yeah,
which
exactly,
a
yeah,
warrior could definitely do.
which a warrior could do.
You know,
But or a
but
magician. I
I
meant to
hear you.
say, Sarah. There we go,
There
magician.
you
I meant to say magician. But she's either magician or martyr, and this is something me and her talked about. And it's like and this goes right into accepting who you are. Right? She was having conflicting feelings, and I know she's fine with me sharing this because we've talked about it before. And it's like she had conflicting feelings herself of as a mother wanting to do something for herself, right? So like wanting to have her own little candle business that she started and like all this stuff, and she wanted to do these things, but then she also loves doing stuff for all of us. She literally loves doing things for other people. And then we sat down and we had a conversation one night, and I was like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, tell me now so I can do everything I can to help you get there, so we can start moving that forward. Because I know how that feels in the head. I'm talking about mental health. It sucks. And watching somebody close to you go through it, it's even worse. And then we had this conversation, and she came to this realization at the end of it, like, you know what, like, yeah, I want to do these things, but right now I really enjoy just doing stuff for my family, for my sons, and for you, and supporting all of this. And like that's just who she decided she is right now, and that can change, right? And that's something that's important to note too, is like, know that like just because you are one way right now, like doesn't mean you can't be a different way in the future. That's like it talks about in this one book I'm reading, like how we phase through different archetypes, not even just through life, but like throughout our day, right? And it's
what
like
book is that?
you know what? I'm gonna literally put a picture on the screen. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put a picture on the screen. I'll send you it later too. But I'll put a picture on the screen for
It's
everybody
about
to see it.
archetypes.
Yeah, it's all about archetypes. Yeah,
Is it king, magician, warrior?
I believe it's called the Magician. I
Uh,
believe. But I'll check it
because
out
I
when
got
it's
another book.
upstairs.
I got when you're done with that, if you want another archetype book,
Actually,
it's phenomenal. I might have told you
yeah,
about it already.
it's upstairs. But yeah, I'll get it for everybody. But just that's just something that was super cool, kind of, segueing from this conversation is like, she had me to talk about it. And that's just, I couldn't imagine like not having someone to talk to about stuff. And that's actually why, shout out real quick, a little plug to something that me and my TM, Dustin Van Gilder, he is an amazing guy. Monte Coso Skateboards. He's the owner in the TM over there, one of the owners in the TM. And we actually are starting something pretty amazing here in Minnesota. And I'm going to find a way to go virtual with it. So we actually are starting a sobriety / mental health group specifically for skateboarders. So there's not much out there just for us, right? And us skateboarders, we know already that are skateboarding as our outlet, right? And that's where we get away. And we don't talk about shit at the skate park. Who wants to? Well, this is going to be a place for all of us to gather, whether you are trying to get sober or maybe you're dealing with some mental health issues and you need to talk to somebody. This is going to be a place where we all can go. I'm bringing a rail. We're having a box built, and we're going to have 2 ramps built. So we can all meet for an hour, sit down, talk, sip some fucking tea and coffee, have a good time, cry our eyes out,
so
maybe,
glad
and
you
then go
said. I'm
have a
so glad you
sesh.
said coffee.
And then go,
Because if you just said tea, I was gonna have to say coffee.
yeah, no, sip some tea and
No,
coffee
that's
because,
amazing.
Batch
That's
Roasting
amazing,
Co.,
man.
shout out to them.
Yes,
But
sir. Yo, but that's amazing because as you say that too with skateboarding being an outlet, like
mhm,
lately, I love it.
mhm,
Lately, I've been very, 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 very energetic. I'll say not
mhm,
aggressive. 'Cause, yeah,
yeah.
like the job I'm on, the style of job that I'm on is this
Bro, you're an alpha male, bro.
steel. Yeah,
You're an
this
alpha male,
steel,
dude. You
whatever
have
it is.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with my skating after work, I skate home so aggressively. Like I throw the
hmm
headphones in, the
hmm
music gets on. It starts off slow, and then I get into the movement, the momentum, and then it's
Bro,
hit, push, 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 and then now we're skating. Like
going.
I'm
Yeah.
going through Manhattan, like I'm like
Like a
I'm
bullet,
going
bro. You're
nuts,
you're that you're
literally.
that
Like
bullet from
I'm
from
sprinting.
what is it Mario or whatever the
Yeah, dude, I'm Mario Kart this mother lover. Like on a friggin' penny skateboard, bro. I'm
yeah,
sprinting.
the all
Literally,
blacked
like
out one too. That's funny.
oh yeah, we did murder
Yeah,
out. I
murdered
wear the
out. You already
Vans with
know.
the white. I
You
do
already
the
know.
decked out. I'm always murdered out, going through
Always.
Manhattan, black and
Yep.
white. Sick. It's
hmm
sick.
Yeah, you already
But
know.
like, but that's like I think about like I'm aware of myself. So like I get my stuff out through my meditations and I sit with myself. Like
hmm
if I'm feeling a certain type of way of like this angst or aggression or violence is typically the feelings I deal with. I'm never really like sad. Like I get sad, but not really. Like I'll cry in a meditation, come out and be like, oh my god, that was amazing. But I'm
Yeah,
never really like.
sitting
I'm
in it.
more like furious. Like I don't get upset. I get angry. So even if it's like things people get upset at. Like if someone in you like dies, like you cry and stuff, but I get furious. It's not
That's me too.
sadness. Like some people just wallow in like people more like that, like more empathetic, whatever the word is. And I'm like this. So like I'm aware of that. But if you're a skater who skates like that aggressiveness and you're not picking up why that might be, or you just release into that, like it's cool because it is healthier than getting just
hmm
drunk or hurting other
Oh,
people or
of
being a
course.
bad person. But that stuff will manifest you in disease. And God forbid, let's say now you get injured, you can't get it out through skating. Then what do? You sit with yourself and and that's where people start losing their minds when they can't do what they've always done to distract them. Because that's what that is
Exactly.
the distraction.
Yep.
Distractions are not good, even if they're healthy, quote unquote healthy distractions, where you could be reading books, learning and studying and doing projects. But
That's
if you're
something me and you talked
distracting from
about.
this mind, yeah, if you're distracting from this mind, when all when all that stuff stops, you have to face this mind. And if you don't face this mind, it's going to force you to face it, and
You're
it's
just
not going to be pretty. At least in
yeah.
my personal experience.
Well, I mean, it's inevitable because think about it. Like who at the end of the day are you stuck with?
Yourself,
Nobody else
always.
leaves you. Yeah, who
Yeah.
you stuck with
Everywhere
yourself.
you go, there you
Like
will be. That's
yeah,
what it is.
there you. It's like if and that's just the thing too. Like I mean, we were. It's funny how this all went. Like I didn't even really mean for it to go this way with it being Mental Health Awareness Month and stuff. But
We never
it
do, dude. We
it all
decide the
plays.
podcast episode like 5 minutes before we start
Yeah, dude.
recording,
I
and we
think
just flow.
I know, I love it.
Come
But
on.
it's just super cool because it's like it just needs to be talked about, and let's just keep the
It
conversations
does.
going because it's
It does.
like you said, it shouldn't just be. That's one thing that I know myself, I fall victim to it. You know, it's something that I may ramp up talking about because it's brought up because it's like the month that it is. And then all of a sudden, like I keep it up. And like life becomes life, but let's all do our part and just, it's as easy as just reaching out to your homie and asking how they're doing. Like
Facts. And
that can go a
genuinely
long,
asking.
yes, that can go a
Because
long way.
some people out there only will check up just to make themselves feel good. Like, yeah, I did that today. When they really don't care, they'll shoot the text, how you doing, and not even care what the response is. Or if people actually start talking, they'll be like, oh, I regret asking. Like,
Yep.
truly, yo,
Yeah.
you guys good? Like,
Hmm.
I have, like, my friends call me for a reason. They call me to talk about things because they know I'm truly listening, trying to give some advice,
Yep.
not because they can call me and I'm going to be, self-righteous about it. Like,
We'll just
I
air things
literally have
out
friends
there.
call me when they have to talk about things because that's what I like to do. I like to be that person that people want
Hmm.
to call Lou and talk to Lou about it because I'm open about everything I do for that reason. I talk about my psychosis and the things I deal with for a reason so
Hmm.
other people can be like, yo, like when I post on Instagram how I just cried my eyes out, I have grown men, like I have other men like, dude, I needed to hear that because I battle in my head about being this strong person and I can't cry. And like that quote unquote strong silent type, what that really is a small child who's crying his eyes out inside. He's trying to put on a demeanor because his ego has to be so built up inside and put on a
Hmm.
facade. And typically he starts harming himself or other people. So it's like, you gotta cry, baby, let it out. But if you're also the person who cries at every friggin' thing that happens in life, then maybe I don't know. You got to see
Run
something
it back
back.
a
I
little
don't know
bit.
what to tell
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? Because some people out there, I don't. They'll oh my goodness, like they cry it like I don't know. Some people just like I said, some people are just softer.
Hmm. They need a
You know,
little
it's wild,
little
bro.
hand to hold.
Sometimes I wish for a day I could see what that's like to live that life of like someone who's more like this, because
Hmm.
I'm not at all. Like I am crazy in a like literally like this, and I love it though,
Hmm.
and the only way I even got to this point in life because I was always crazy, but I used to be the raging drug addict, drowning. I couldn't think. I didn't want to face these thoughts because I couldn't talk to anyone about it.
There you go.
But I started talking to myself about it,
Hmm.
figuring it out, and then I would be open to talk to other people about it, and then you
That's
start
where it all
consciously
starts.
you start consciously creating your life. I was drowning
Yes.
in my parents' couch for years, just taking pills. I changed all that up, and now I'm in a beautiful apartment, doing what I
There
want
you
to
go.
do every single day, off the conscious decisions in which I make.
Hmm.
You're either gonna create your life or you're gonna coast through life. You want to coast through your life, cool, but don't blame anyone when you end up on an island that you weren't even looking to go because you just want to throw the sails up and let the wind take you wherever it's going to go. Yeah, it's a cute little saying that people take, and if that's your life, baby, have fun. But don't cry when you hit that island you weren't even trying to get. Don't be that person. Don't be the 50-year-old who hates their life because they didn't want to make a conscious decision. Oh, kid, you should have been there when I was 20. Hey, kid, back in high school. Hey, kid, you don't get it. Time flies. Hey, kid, you don't get it. Hey, kid, you don't get it, Mo, because for the last 30 years of your life, you haven't been thinking, you've been doing.
Hmm.
And I'm not hating, I'm just stating. That's just what
Hmm.
that is. You can
Hmm.
coast to coast. Coasting's cool, baby. I love it. But
Hmm.
I like to create myself personally.
Yeah. I mean,
Poison.
hey, there ain't no better way to round that off right there. I mean,
How you doing? Round it
how?
off like a cycle.
Yeah. I mean, right there. Like to just go over everything we talked about. As simple as this, right? Just first off, you got to sit with yourself. Like, just know what you want from life. Know what you want. That's how me and Lou got to where we're at and how we continue to go forward and make the decisions we make every single day. Even though, we might do those little things we do, we still have the main goal in our head. And that's why we keep pushing forward. So that's number one. Know what you want from life and know who you are in this life. Now, secondly, it's just going to be talk about it. Like just talk about it. Whether it's, you don't even if you're one of the people who feels like you just have to write it down, just do that. Like if that's your thing, talking about it, open up a Google Doc and just start typing. Let it out.
Let
Like
it
just
out.
let it out. Just do something. I'm not saying you have to go talk to the person next to you, but just do something cuz that's how I started. I started journaling. And now I really don't journal in that sense more. It's more so now I talk to people about stuff and then I write about the conversations I've had and stuff or something, and
Yeah.
that's it. You have to start somewhere. So just talk about it in
That's
some form.
self-reflecting right there. Like you
Yeah,
need that. And also when you mentioned about know who you are, also be who you are, not what you think they
there you
want you to
go.
be.
There you
Because
go.
whenever you're going to try to live your life being someone that you think other people expect you to be or want you to be, you think you should be something, you're not being you. You
Hmm.
know, when you live that life and not being you, it sucks because you got to be something else. You're always put on a show, this play, and then when the cameras are off, you sit with yourself. You don't even know who you are. Like I see this all the time on Instagram. It's these people
Dude, I lived my life that
constantly.
way for
Yeah, I
until
mean
I
that's what I'm saying. Me
was
too. Me too.
18. Like,
Yeah, like yeah,
yeah.
that's what's funny. Like I lived that at 18. I was like, I'm 27. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well,
how ahead I get,
the day I decided to just go to the army is the day I was like,
yeah,
fuck this, I'm going.
that's
I
how I
was like,
said, bro. How like ahead, like
no,
you and
you
my
know, I
brother,
think about that
you and my
actually.
brother,
No,
dude.
I'm lying to myself because that was still me trying to be somebody that I wanted, that I thought like my family would want me to be, honestly. So
Yeah,
I recanted that. It was the moment of which I got injured and was told, hey, you're getting the fuck out of here. Like, and then didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And then decided, like, hey, I don't want to go do the regular things. And I stopped caring. And I told my mom I'm doing this. And she was like, cool, run with it, son. And yeah, now we're here. So.
bro. That's like, dude. That now you
And that's
like
also
that's
the
the number
thing
one
too, is
thing.
I had an amazing support system. So like I am talking from a place like, and that's why like, hey, our names are on screen. Like, please, if you
Holla.
want to have a conversation, like message me, because I'm coming from a place where like I had, although my dad wasn't around, I didn't have like this stable home or whatever. Like my mom was, she was there instantly. Anything I wanted to do, anything that happened to me, she was on my side. She was down to ride. So I always had that support system, and I always had like an open channel to talk about things. But when you're a kid and you're also like, I mean, for me being like a young man
It's tough.
growing up, it's hard talking to your mom about like feelings
And
like that.
especially
But
if you see your parents fighting or your parents aren't around, they're
well,
working. Or
not
like, who
that.
do you
Well,
think you
no, that
talk
was
to?
my thing. Is I had no conflict in the home. So like that's where
No,
some
I
of the
mean in
mean
general. I mean
jokes.
it's like kids in general.
Oh
Like when you're
yeah,
out there, like you see your
yeah,
parents, like who do you talk to? Because you
yeah.
see like they're dealing with their stuff. You
You don't
might
want to
feel like your stuff
add
is
to that.
minuscule; it doesn't even exist. Like exactly, you might feel like now me bringing up my problems is going to add to their problems. Like and that's a
Exactly.
problem with parents. People want to keep having, keep people like that's what I admire about you, bro. You have kids young and you're about being a parent. Some of these people
Thank
out there have parents and they blame their children for being children. Like, yo, you're gonna scream at your kid for yelling when he's 6 months old. Why you get like figure like it gets me
you.
crazy
Yeah, yeah. We
because I
take
don't have
care.
kids for a reason because I know myself. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
there
that's
we
why I
go. The
believe,
whole episode.
yeah,
Know
know yourself,
yourself.
bro. Because
Yeah.
people out there want to pop out kids just to have a gender reveal party, forgetting, oh shit, there's a human coming out of me in 9 months. I forgot. I just want to post something on Instagram that was cute because all my friends are doing
Boom.
it.
We're
you
gonna
want to see
we're
the
gonna
you want to see
we're
the
gonna leave it there
uncensored of that? You want to see the
before this turns
uncensored of that?
into
Go to
a
the other
in
podcast.
before this turns into a in Louis
Yo,
Trust.
but yeah,
No,
facts. You want to see the uncensored? Go to In Louis Trust.
go
He went
go to
nuts last night. But yo, we said you can see our names on the screen, but if you're just listening, you got Devante at DEVANTE.XSF. And on Instagram, you got Lou is at BOMBS_BODIES dot XSF. You left out my S, Mo.
Yeah, I realized that. You know
It's
what?
fine.
Here. You know
It's
what's funny?
fine.
I can go just like this.
And fix
I'm
it
I'm about to
at the
fix
very
it in
end of
the
the episode.
middle of the
Back.
episode. Watch this for everybody out who is
Heck
watching.
yeah.
Here we
Heck
go.
yeah,
Watch
son.
this. Bombs
Shanana now. Bombs underscore
underscore. Look at this.
bodies. How you do?
BODIES. Oh
S dot
shit, there
XSF
it
and
is.
dot XSF. You hear me?
Skirt.
Perfect.
There we go.
No,
Boom.
but for real, if people are out there and they don't have anyone to talk to, they don't know who to talk to, all that holler.
Yeah,
I'm
for real.
always open to try to help someone in some way. I don't know, and
We're here
even
to
if you're
talk.
one of those
And
people that
it's
just want to talk, and you're gonna
yeah.
try to like, I don't look at anything as wasting time because I make a
Oh.
decision. If I feel you're gonna try to just talk to me, cool. If I want to entertain, I'll entertain it. Meaning,
Hmm.
some people don't really have an issue; they just want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Cool.
cool.
Just
I
hit me up.
get it.
Say, hey, I need somebody. I just want somebody to talk to you. All right, what's up? Like, just let us
Yeah.
know. And
Even if you just
that's
want to like tell me how bad your day was, we could talk.
yeah.
Whatever it is.
It's
I'll
all
let you
about
know if you're
us.
just being a baby, though. I'll let you know flat out. I don't hold
Yeah.
back. If I think you're straight up like complaining first world problems, like so
No,
my
I
mocha
mean,
lattes have been warm all week, and the Starbucks I go to, the line's been ridiculous because COVID's over, and I can't stand it. Then I'm gonna tell you being a baby. You know,
Yeah.
that's just what it is. Like, I don't want to
I love
hear
when you
that.
say COVID's over. It's just like
Well,
it was just like, all right, guys, it's done now. We're good. We're
yeah,
good to
man. This
go.
guy, one's daddy was like, "Hey, you can take your mask off, go back in there." All of a sudden, Manhattan's wide open. Yesterday, people are out in droves. And
Let's
last
not
week,
let's
he's still
not dive into
petrified,
this
couldn't
right
touch
now.
anything. Yeah.
Let's not dive into this right now. All right, everybody. You know what? For real though, just if you're gonna take anything away from this, take a second to sit with yourself and just
Know
think
yourself.
about life. Think about life for
Yeah,
a sec. 5
think
minutes
about
after
your
this.
life.
Yeah, just think about your life and how you've been living your life and how you want to continue
How
living your
you
life.
how you want to live your life, not just
Boom.
coasting through it. If you fell into that job that your dad got you because after high school you know what you want to do with your life. Now you can
Yeah, if that's
turn
not what you
around
want
like,
to
you know
do,
what?
hey, yeah.
Yeah,
You could
let
be
me do something else.
35 and still be like, damn, I
Oh,
realized I've been
Colonel
doing this
Sanders created KFC at like 60 after
60,
attempted
bro.
suicide and his wife left him.
Yeah, he's good.
Get
Like, come
me.
on now. Come on now.
Get me.
Come.
Come
Like,
on.
what?
Come
Yeah.
on.
Smacking.
Come on.
But there you go, everybody. That's, I don't even know. I think that's episode 25, 24, 25, something like that. We'll get there, I'll get the numbers down here one of
We'll
these
get
days.
there.
But
Well, one day
but
we'll know what episode we're on.
hey, like we said, everything
24.
that's mentioned is always down in the show notes. So if you want to check out our sponsors and you want to check out any of their stuff, make sure you go down there, check it out.
Yo, I
What's
have
up?
to say this real quick
Yeah,
because
go.
I'm also wearing the shirt Jetty
Yep.
Woodwork, bro. They'll start making decks, and they're fire.
Oh.
They're making skate decks out of sick organic wood. They have the symbol on the bottom of it. Yo, I saw this. He's making me one right now. It
Is he?
is sick.
Let's try to
Yeah,
get me one. I
I
gotta
got you. I got you. It is actually I'll get it and I'll bring it when I come in July. But it is
Say less.
sick. So once they start producing those, we're gonna start pumping them. Like
They're making
they're dope.
They're making cruisers, or they're making like
Cruisers, yeah,
dope.
cruisers.
That's what I need too.
Flat cruisers, like
I need
a
that.
good 36-incher. Like it is dope. At least the one I saw so far, the first original.
Yeah.
Bro, it looked so smooth.
Yep.
And the homie skates. He cruises, so
There
he
you go.
like he's making it specific, and he surfs. You know what I mean? So
He
dope.
understands.
He's about it.
Yeah,
He's
understands.
exactly. He's about it. So Jetty
Make sure you guys
Woodwork,
check
they're
it.
fire.
Down in the show notes, everything's down there. Boom, you'll be able to find it. All the links to their websites where you can buy all their amazing stuff from all of our sponsors and also our info. And if you guys want to check out the website, make sure you head over there. And if you want to get coaching,
What is the website?
It's XTREMESF.com. XTREMESF.com. Easy enough. Head over there, and you guys can get a consultation booked. Just go ahead, choose me or Lou. Don't matter. We're not going to fight about it. Just choose one of us because we know you want to sit down and have a longer conversation about.
If you want someone who's going to be more understanding of your life, go to Devante. Straight up.
Just, head over there. It's super easy. You can hit the book now button. It's going to take you right over to all the services we have, and go ahead and click on in. But all right, everybody, that's it for today. Hope you all have a great day. And like I said, from extreme strength and fitness to you all, let's just be humans that are about helping other humans. It's as simple as that.
Facts. Help each other out, man. Stop fighting. Start helping.
Simple as that. Peace out, everyone.